What's up, everybody? I'm White Mike the Realist, the Mad Critic. Today I'm going to talk about Bottega Louie's and my experience down there. Stay tuned after the intro. We'll be right back. White Mike the Realist. A couple weeks ago, some of my friends invited me to go to this bar, so I thought it was a bar. It was called Bottega Louie's in downtown Los Angeles. There's a few of them across the states, so you ought to go check them out. It's like a French pastry slash bar slash upscale restaurant. It's slash coffee house. It's kind of a trip. I guess it's designed to be like a French style bistro back in France or whatnot. But I gotta say that when you walk in there, you just see it's a pastry shop, and then they have some coffee over on the other side of the wall. But I didn't even know what to expect. I thought it was just gonna be a bar, hangout type bar on a Saturday night. And when I walked in there, it was well lit, and from the outside it looks like a Louis Vuitton store. I'm like, Bottega Louie's, and the Louis sign makes you think, oh well, Louis Vuitton. And it's funny because it's like Louis Vuitton for actually pastries. Oh man, they had macaroons, they had eclairs, they had all types of stuff. And to be honest with you, I'm on a diet, so I didn't eat any of it, but it did look good. Even though I was on a diet, I did eat some of it now that I think about it. But anyways, I went to the bar, and the bar was crowded. They had a little waiting area for if you were gonna eat your pastries or whatever, or buy your pastries, and there were a bunch of tables, but it was so crowded in there. I mean, we're in downtown LA, which I don't like going to downtown LA anymore because there's too many homeless people. But I didn't know what to expect when I walked in there. And when I walked in there, I said, well, this is interesting, and it's a lot of corporate type people, and then it was a lot of hip people in there also. It wasn't just corporate. It was Saturday around 5 or 6 p.m. and I ended up sitting at the bar, and they told me it was going to be a 30-minute wait to get a seat in the restaurant or whatnot. So I sat at the bar, and I ordered what I ordered? I ordered a mojito. The mojito came, it was cool. And I also ordered some Brussels sprouts. The Brussels sprouts were not so great. They put blue cheese in the Brussels sprouts, and just the Brussels sprouts themselves. They didn't use much seasoning. I think they were hoping that their little vinaigrette that they put in there and the blue cheese will bring flavor to it, which the blue cheese did. So anyway, the Brussels sprouts were kind of bland. The vinaigrette that they put in there with the blue cheese didn't really help out the Brussels sprouts. The blue cheese made it taste edible, but to be honest with you, I don't recommend the Brussels sprouts from this place. The ambiance in there, it's kind of like lit up. It's not really dark, although it could have been a dark type restaurant because the food is that type of level. And the bar was absolutely, there's like 7 or 8 seats at the bar, and it was jam packed, and the bartenders were moving, and you kind of had to get their attention because they were so busy. And so I did try to get a seat inside the restaurant. They told me 30 minutes, and when they actually tried to seat me, they tried to seat me right at the very front. And I said, you know what? I'm already sitting at the bar. My company has arrived. They're sitting at the bar with me. So we're gonna go ahead and eat at the bar, which it was a fun experience. And smelling the pastries in the back was even, I got such a sweet tooth. It was a really good experience too. But my friends ordered their drinks, and they really liked their drinks. I like my drinks. I ended up ordering another Moscow Mule. Well, I ordered a Moscow Mule. My first drink was a mojito. But drinks were really good. I'll have to say the bartenders were good on the drinks. I like rating that because to me that's definitely an experience when you go to a fine restaurant. You wanna eat good food, and you wanna have good drinks. You don't want to eat overpowering drinks. You want the bartenders to know what the heck they're doing if you're gonna spend that type of money, because each drink's gonna cost you $15 to $20 a drink. So it's got to be perfect. Anyways, we ordered the food, and I actually ordered a pizza. And why? Because the pizza just looked like a real Italian style pizza. Although in America, our pizzas are better than Italian pizzas. I hate to say it, and for those of you who don't agree with me, I say, well, go to Italy and bring back one of their pizzas. Or even in France, they all for some reason they don't really use the pizza sauce like we use out here in America. We also overload it with cheese, and our food is gluttonous here in America. I mean, period. Our food is gluttonous. It's fatty food. In Italy and in France, they're a lot more la petite, la petite. They're a lot more Atkins diet based, keep you in shape. As you notice, myself and a lot of other people here in America are hefty. And you go to France and you go to Italy, and it's not so much the case. They're really on more of a well-balanced diet and not overdoing it in certain aspects of food or whatnot. But I did see the pizza on somebody's table, and it looked like a wood-fired pizza. Just my type of pizza. The crust looked like it had an air bubble in it and a little bit burnt on the crust, but that's the way it's good. So that immediately made me order. They had plenty of other food on the menu, mostly Italian food. My friends both got the spaghetti, and to me the spaghetti looked very undesirable. It almost looked like SpaghettiOs wound up in like a bun. And I'm thinking to myself, like, is this a fancy restaurant or are we at like IKEA? I'm thinking this is not fancy spaghetti. I tasted the spaghetti. It was okay. But I mean, I wasn't expecting it to be. It was better than it looked, but it looked like thick noodles and cheap spaghetti in my opinion. But on the other hand, the pizza was really good. Pizza was really, really good. And it was like a French pizza or like an Italian pizza, the way that it's supposed to be done in Italy, because like I said, they don't really use the ingredients. They're very finicky on the ingredients when you go to Italy and or France. And this place had it right. They used enough pizza sauce and cheese, and the pepperoni was brisk and bright, and really did enjoy that pizza. It was a really good pizza. Now, as far as dessert, we ended up getting beignets with raspberry sauce and Nutella. And the beignets were like raspberry beignets. I guess the pastry section had closed, and you can only order pastries from the actual restaurant now, and that was what was on their menu, was the beignets. So we ended up getting the beignets, and they were really good. I mean, exactly like a beignet you would expect it to be, like a French beignet. And as far as I can't think of a better beignet in California. That's for sure. Maybe in Louisiana, but not in California. But yeah, Bottega Louie, it was an experience. So from my experience in there was a lot of people in there. I think I saw Jerry Buss, believe it or not. I'm not even kidding, which it's kind of down the street from Staples, so I wouldn't doubt it if it was really him. He was actually sitting in the bar next to me. But I didn't want to say nothing because people were coming up to him and saying stuff to him, and Jerry Buss is big up with the Lakers or whatnot. Did I just say Jerry Buss? Jerry Buss. I meant to say Jerry West. Jesus. Anyways, I think it was Jerry West. Maybe it wasn't, but yeah. So once again, Bottega Louie, it was an experience. The pastries were really good. The coffee, I didn't taste the coffee, but I could tell that it was some gourmet coffee, and it would have been really good. So I would totally recommend going there to get their pastries and checking out the ambiance and maybe grabbing a drink and grabbing the pizza. But as far as their main courses, from my experience, this one time, I wasn't impressed with their main courses, but I was definitely impressed with their pizza. So on that note, I'm going to give Bottega Louie a solid, I'm going to give the keys to my truck. That's a 6. Sorry, Bottega Louie. I don't know if you want me to give you a better grade, but next time you're going to have to do better on your entrees. So, yeah, I'll give it a 6. Even though the pastries were very French and very authentic, I would, as a matter of fact, because they had good pastries or whatever, I'm actually going to give this the keys to my 370Z, because I wanted to give it a 6 for the restaurant. The bar was nice. The restaurant was, it wasn't really sexy. And when you go and spend this type of money at a restaurant, you kind of want to pay for some type of sexiness, a place to take a date. This wasn't really a place to take a date. It was more of like a grab and go type, sit down and eat, and conversion to where it could be like a place to take a date. But like I said, the pastries were really good, very authentic French style pastries. So if you want to check it out, I definitely suggest you go check it out and take the experience on your own. And if you do order pastries to go, they're gonna come in a beautiful box, like you're buying a Louis Vuitton bag, or you're gonna get like a Louis Vuitton macaroons or whatnot. It's gonna come in its own little sexy little box, which is kind of cool. It could be a good gift. But yeah, definitely come check it out for the experience. I'm White Mike, the realist and Mad Critic. Be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. And until I see you next time, peace. White Mike, the realist. This beat make me go gorillas. Balenciaga, chinchillas. Use a lemon if you don't feel this.